Welcome to the Bleep Bulimia podcast with guest Erin Konow, water specialist. Hi everyone, I'm Lorianne. I'm the host of Bleep Bulimia, and today my guest is Erin Konow, and he is a water specialist. Now, Erin and we connected through on Facebook. I saw him and he was showing his TikToks, and it was just so fun. I used to think that they were so hilarious. So he ended up on one of my other podcasts I used to have, which was called Lift Your Story with Roy Miller. But I thought I'd bring him back here today because the water specialist, meaning there's a lot of information about water that people don't know about. I also think that there's also this issue with water bottles, and that's something that that I know that Erin's going to be talking about, that how to reduce that. So, Erin, thank you so much for being here. So glad to see you again.
Same with you. I haven't seen you for some time for sure.
I know.
But I know with me, when it comes with water, people don't realize how important water is with your body, with how much your body is actually water, and how you feel if you are completely dehydrated, and how that could affect your body. Because I remember when I was a kid, I used to have seizures, and I had between 5 to 10 seizures a week. And after the surgery, my doctor told me that you need to drink more water. You need to stop drinking all the soda, because I used to drink like a good 2 liter bottle of soda a day way back in the day and whatnot. And that's what he told me. He said, stop drinking so much soda, stop drinking bad stuff for you, and just drink more water. And he told me straight out, like, that every single thing out there has water in it. It's liquid, it's the main part of liquid that everything has. So just drink more water. And a lot of people say, I don't like the flavor of water. And I try to tell them, well, that's your mindset. That's what it is. And then now you have all these companies that have all this crap that you put in, excuse my French, but you put all this crap in your water, those little so-called flavor packages. And now there's that one company where it has the cup. I can't think of it, but it's out there in a bunch of different companies right now, where you put the flavor package, screw it on, and then you drink it out of the water with whatever flavors on the inside. And I just hated that. I just drink plain old water. And I know that when it comes with water, a lot of people don't realize that not all water is the same. When it comes with bottled water, tap water, reverse osmosis, multi-clustered water, and all that. Because a lot of people just go to bottled water, but they don't realize what issue bottled water has with you.
Now that's an interesting fact too. I don't know, but they say that even just being in plastic, anything in plastic is not healthy for you. So this is why I'm wondering why all these people are drinking bottled water. They say don't microwave your food in plastic dishes. Don't, like, this plastic thing is real, and yet people are not paying attention to it. And I'd like you to actually speak to that. Like there's so many different bottled waters, but in the bottle, and I have no idea like what is. The only time I'll buy one is if I'm super thirsty and I need water, because there's no taps or anything. We used to have the water fountains and stuff like that you could drink out of. There's nothing like that. So you're forced to do that in a moment like that. Then I look and I'm going, wow, I've got all these choices. Like, is there any better than the other?
It's more what you think. There's 2 bottles of water that I just do not drink at all, and I will never buy them. I will never drink them. One of them is Aquafina, and the other one is Dasani. I will not drink those at all, because one of them is owned by Coke, one of them is owned by Pepsi. They bought those companies a long time ago, back in the 90s or whenever they bought them, because before the 90s, there was no bottled water at all. There was nothing, not a zip. And then suddenly some bottled water company, I can't think of the glass green bottle, what it's called, it got popular. And then suddenly all these other bottles of water start coming, and those are 2 things I will not buy. I will not drink, is Aquafina and Dasani. I cannot stand them at all. And the great thing about it is I remember I was working with someone outside a couple of weeks ago to help them put something up, and we were out there for a good 4 hours. And I brought my own bottle of water. I bring this bottle of water wherever I go, with my own water in it. It doesn't matter if I'm going shopping. It doesn't matter if I'm doing hard physical work outside. I'll still bring it with me. And we just sat there, and I took a bunch of big gulps of my water when we were taking a break, and he just chugged 3 of them, just chug bottles of water. He goes, "Oh my God, I'm so thirsty. I can't believe it. I just keep drinking more and more." And I'm like, well, maybe that water is making you more thirsty of what is in the bottle so that you buy more so that they make more money. You know,
Oh.
it's just
It's like caffeine. So like it would be like, Tim Hortons coffee. People buy more and more and more because they get addicted to the whatever's inside of it.
yeah, like it just wants you to
Yeah.
buy and stuff and wants you to drink more. And I know when it comes with water, plastic is horrible when it comes with the water, because I was watching a TV show about some water company, and the water company said that after they one great thing about that bottled water company, which I don't remember which one it was, is that they said that from the time that the water gets bottled, it gets out of their factory within 2 days. Because, oh, that's great, that sounds great, wonderful, oh my God, I can drink it within 2 days, it'll be good to go, right? But what people don't realize is that it gets out of the factory in 2 days, but it goes onto the truck, and it takes days for it to be on that truck, in the extreme hot of that truck, the motion of that truck. Not only that, it goes to the store, or wherever the pallet goes to the store, and it stays in the store, whether it's in the back room of the store, whether it stays on the truck for whenever it waits to get, whether it waits to get unloaded, and then it goes in the back room because they can't sell it yet, and then suddenly, finally, after how many weeks, it goes on to the sales floor, and then it just stays there until someone buys it. And they don't drink it right away, they wait a month or two to drink it and stuff, depending on how much they drink. So it's all of that time that it's inside that plastic bottle. And when it comes with that, it's the more time the water is in the plastic bottle, multiplastics, the microplastics go into the water and stuff, and that's horrible for it. And it's really bad, especially for really, really hot trucks, because that makes it
Yeah.
even worse when it comes with that.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
and then people still drink it, and they drink it, and they're, oh my God, this is my fourth bottle, I'm so thirsty. Yeah, you're not drinking the right stuff, like I drink over a gallon a day, but I don't have to. I just do 4 big gulps, and I'm normally fine. And then I'll do one final one before we leave and stuff. But other people, they just extremely they drink way too much when it comes with plastic bottled water, and then that's horrible for the environment. That's horrible for their paycheck and stuff.
Yeah, you're right too. That's a good point. Not just for the environment, but their paycheck too. I like that comment. So I'm curious. So I was to the audience, I invited Aaron here because I was talking about, bulimia is like, I know when I was bulimic, becoming dehydrated was huge. Also, acidity was huge because what you're doing causes your body to be more acidic, be more dehydrated. And this is not a sales pitch by any means, people who are listening, but I find this to be very fascinating. That's why I brought Aaron on here. So Aaron, I would like you to tell us a little bit about what kind of water you drink. And you have a refillable bottle, and that's not plastic. So please tell us.
Yeah, the water bottle that I have, it's on metal on the inside, and like I said, that's pretty much the only water bottle I drink out of. So when it comes with the heat, whether it's in the car, whether it's not in the car, the heat won't go to the water itself. And when it comes with the type of water that I drink, it does come from my own tap at home, from my own kitchen sink. but it goes through 8 titanium plates and separates it from acidic water to multi-clustered water in 2 separate areas, and the acidity goes down the drain. Or a lot of times I take that and use that for other things that needs acidic water when it comes with cleaning, sanitation, and all that stuff as well, but I take the water and I fill up my bottle of water every single day, 2 to 3 times a day normally. And then I take that on the road and it comes out of the top of my machine that goes through 8 titanium plates to make it into more multi-clustered water, so it goes into your body faster versus just through your body.
Oh, that's interesting. So actually your body actually consumes it in a better fashion than the other one. Oh, that's very interesting. And it's the alkaline thing, as I was saying. I remember me personally, when I was bulimic, I had a lot of acidic issues with my body. So that would probably adjust more to it. And whether you are or not bulimic, this is good. But I'm just saying, for people who are struggling with it at this point, or I would think eating disorders, we really don't, well, most people don't drink enough water. But, and you were also saying about the taste of it, how people say they don't like the taste of water. Some people say there is no taste. But I like the feeling of it going down and it's almost like taking Buckley's for me. Like when you have a cold, you just feel like it's expanding it through your body and feeling good. That's me. It's a nice feeling. In the morning, my favorite thing is having a glass of water first thing when I wake up.
Yeah. I'm the same. I have my water bottle right by my bed, and then I take it and I don't chug the whole thing obviously in the morning, but I do like 4 or 5 big gulps in the morning and stuff right when I wake up. And that's another thing about the taste of it. You don't taste anything until the very end. Like if you take like 5 gulp, 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 you don't taste any of those gulps until the final gulp. So you don't taste anything else until you get to the final part of it. And when it comes with the taste of it, I'm not really 100% when it comes with that, because like I said, I don't drink any other water besides this water, because I take it with me. My wife, she works outside. She delivers products for, I don't want to say for Amazon or anything like that, but she delivers stuff outside, so she's in the heat a lot. And she bought a bottle of some 9.5 pH water, whatever the hell was out there, and she got home and she didn't even finish the bottle. She didn't even finish it because she's like, it was gross compared to the stuff that I drank and she drinks as well. She didn't like it, the 9.5 pH water out there that's in a plastic bottle, because all it is marketing. That's really all it is. And all they got to put baking soda in it to make it seem like a 9.5 pH or 8 pH water or whatever. That's all they have to do, but it's still in the plastic bottle. It's making it horrible for you, so that's just a marketing thing that's out there. Like we said, back in the 90s, there was only 1 bottle of water back in the 90s. Now there's this water, that water, piles of different waters, and
like I said, when I I don't like to drink bottled water. My daughter is totally a, anti-plastic advocate. She cleans up. She'll go into a park and walk with a bag and pick up a big, huge amount. And most of it's like plastic bottles, like through the trails and stuff. So I promised her I'd be very diligent. So I don't. But the odd time, like I was saying, when you're traveling and you have to just grab one because you're thirsty and you didn't bring your own. So I go in there, but I'm like, it's like, holy moly, which one do I pick up? Like, what is the better one? And then you're right, the marketing is crazy, and these companies are making tons of money off of the water thing and the plastic bottled water. And I don't understand, again, I'm going to say this too. So we have like our, Wendy's, blah, 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 and all those like fast food places that are like now they don't have plastic straws anymore. They don't have plastic cups anymore. Everything is they're going non-plastic altogether. And yet these plastic bottle companies are still manufacturing by the million. Like, where is the balance on this? Like, how do they get away with that? Just a question. I mean, I'm sure that any bottled water companies are watching this are going to say that's not fair, but it's not fair that, like, can you find a different way to distribute it? But anyway, the other thing I wanted to ask you too, so you say that you have it at home. So what exactly is this that you have connected to your faucet?
It's a machine that's like about the size of a shoebox, that I have one of the spouts goes into the faucet. It has a bunch of different adapters depending on what type of faucet you have. And then it goes from there into the machine, filters through the filter that it's through. And then it goes through the plates and then comes out to the other spout through the top of it. That when it comes with that, and what's great about that is that with it being such a small device, I can take it with me onto planes. All I gotta do is unscrew it with my hand. I might need a wash rag or something because it's wet, so my fingers might slide, but I can just take a wash rag and unscrew it and then unconnect it from my own faucet, put it in the box that I have, and then just bring it with me wherever I go, and then attach it to one of the sinks that's over wherever I'm going. That's if I'm flying somewhere, or if it's more than 5 days. So,
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah,
That would probably be good if you're traveling to places that the water is questionable.
Yeah, 100% agree with that for sure. And you just don't know what's in the water until you get there.
Yeah. Well, this is great because, like I said, to listeners, if you're looking for, first of all, what do you suggest for how much somebody should drink water? I know they say 8 glasses a day.
Mhm.
That still holds true. And then we want to make sure that the water is, less acidic. And yeah, maintaining your hydration is very, very important in so many aspects. All of your organs rely on water, right? So, yeah, so that's very interesting. Is there, where would okay, so I know that you sell them, but how, I would imagine it's pretty simple. They just would connect with you and say, you know what, I'm really interested in, get more information. Like, I'll have, by the way, listeners, a link to reach Aaron if you have any questions about it. But I'm a real advocate of drinking water, whether you're still going through bulimia or even if you're not, if you don't have bulimia. But if you are still struggling with bulimia, it is super, super important, because without that, it can, yeah, it's not healthy not to. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what it can actually damage, but I'm pretty sure that there's something, an article out there that could tell you. I know that I struggled through dehydration sometimes to the point where I would start seeing white spots and feel very faint. And that was I know it was from dehydration. So, well, I thank you very much. Do you have any other pointers that you want to share with the audience?
One thing I want to say is that a lot of people out there say, oh, I drink well water. My well water is great, blah, blah, blah. My tap water is great. The only thing when it comes with that is you got to realize that you got to think about where this tap water comes from. It comes from your tap, okay? You clean the tap, wonderful. But where does this tap go into? It goes into these dirty flipping pipes that are just all disgusting and stuff, and where it all comes from there. And the thing with that is, if you do test the water, it could say it's not acidic water because there's some sort of law out there where like it can't be acidic when it goes through, but they just put chlorine or whatever they want to into there to make it so that it is not acidic coming out of the thing. So it could give you false information, which a lot of companies give you false information out there. A lot of bottled water companies give you false information. And one of those false informations are a lot of bottles out there this day and age are saying recyclable or recycle me or whatever like that. But how many people really do? Probably not. And is it really, when it goes into the recycling plant, can they really reuse that plastic? More than likely not, with a lot of stuff, depending on what's on it. So you just have to watch out for stuff. Could sound like it's amazing, wonderful, and great, but they just want you to think that. That's all it is. They just tweak this or tweak that to make your mindset think that it's better for you, which it's really not. If you're not feeling better, there's a reason why, and like, you don't have to drink like 5 gallons of water a day or anything like that, because the water you're drinking right now is not helping. You just might have to change the water. And instead of paying $150 a month on bottled water because you're over drinking it and stuff, or even with a family of 4, it's a much better deal to have your own water with your own machine and stuff, and then you'll be proud that you're drinking the best water available.
I like that. Actually, my there were statistics, and I don't know because statistics differ where you go, but they said 30% of what you put in your recycle bin that they take away, 30% gets recycled.
Yeah.
So that means 70% of plastics are not recycled, which is absolutely ridiculous. The other thing, though, before you go, because I'm curious about this. So I lived here where I'm at now is not as bad. I lived in another city where the calcium was so ridiculous in the water that even when I put it into my, it would ruin, like it ruined my water boiling. Like I boil water, one of those teapot thingies, because the calcium built up so bad in it. So just curious, like, does this machine separate some of that calcium? Because a few people actually ended up with like kidney stones because it was like, because if you take too much calcium, it's not healthy for you. And there was so much in the water. Just curious if you know anything about that.
Obviously, that depends on where you live and how the water is, how hard the water is, or how soft it is, and whatnot. And if that is an issue, then instead of just going through the one filter that I have mine go through, there's things out there that can there's a big, larger filter it can go through, or there's things that has like 3 different filters it goes through. What you'd have to do is you'd have to look at how your water is and stuff and see how it goes. Obviously, what you don't want to do is, like, for instance, I have a neighbor, talk to them multiple different times. Every couple weeks, I see a Culligan truck go over there and deposit how many 5-gallon jugs they get every single month. You don't want to contact one of them to be like, oh, what kind of water should I drink? Oh, come drink my Culligan water. It's the best water on the face of the earth,
Yay, you have too much calcium. Well, then come with us.
Yeah. You don't want to like come. You might think that they're experts, but they're really not. They just want to sell their water and stuff, and it's more expensive compared to in the long run. A lot of people look at the short time period of a cost. Oh, it only costs $150 a month, or it only costs like $75 a week for my water or whatever, but they don't look at the long haul, and people have to do in life. They have to look in the future, because most things you're not going to get quick. It's not going to happen right then and there. It's going to happen in the long haul. And it doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s, you don't know when the life is going to end. And same with me, I could get attacked by a dog tonight, and do I think about it? No, I have no clue, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm just living my life the fullest as I possibly can. And one way I do that is drink the best water possible. So
Love it. Love it. So yeah, so no, that the calcium thing, I was just wondering if I were to if I had high calcium in my water and I was to use your machine, that shouldn't affect the machine at all. Okay, that's beautiful. because and probably separate it properly so that I have the proper water that I need, right?
Yeah, and then like when it comes with the machine, uh, I also clean it once a month myself, and then once a year I bring it to whatever company is the closest. Mine is down in Chicago, which is a 4 hour drive, and then I'll just do a day stay, over down there, and it'll be a little like vacation type deal, and then they'll do a deep clean with the machine once a year. And then that's when I get a new filter. That's when I clean the machine so that it stays for a longer period of time versus other machines. Parts of its advertising say, oh, you don't need to clean it. You don't need to do anything with it. No maintenance at all. You can keep it, blah, blah, blah. But no matter what you have to maintain it. Whatever machine it is, whatever it's a vacuum, if it's a car, or if it's a filtration thing, you still need to maintain it. That's just how life rolls.
Well, I was going to say, even your Brita, they have that little thing on the top telling you how many days you got to change your filter if you have one of those. So they could maintain it. You got to clean your everything, your house, for goodness sakes. That's lovely. So just before we go, I just want you to let people know where they can find you. And feel free to tell us, what is the product? What is it that you use, that you believe in it enough to want to be able to help others have that same experience with water?
Well, they can find me either on Facebook, just by my regular name, Aaron Konow, or if you're not a Facebook person, if you're a TikTok person, you can find my name, Aaron Konow, as well. I don't really use Instagram as much as I used to, but Aaron Konow on Instagram, I don't really do anything special with anything like that. And then what you can do is if you go to wateroholic.com, you can look at there and then find a time to get together, and then we can chat anytime when it comes with that, and then pretty much go from there. What machine works out best and what would be best for you, because everyone's different. So
Perfect. And listeners, just to let you know, Aaron is Aaron and Konow is Konow. So if you look him up, you'll find him. And he's got some really funny TikToks too. I really enjoy them. So thank you so much for being my guest today. I really appreciate it. Really nice seeing you again. Seriously.
Same with you. We haven't talked for a long time, so this is great for sure.
Yeah. And by the way, too, people out there, we are birthday buddies. We have the same birthday, so it's kind of neat. Anyway, thank you for listening, and thank you for being here, Aaron. And everyone, have a great day. Thank you for listening to this episode. Be sure to visit me at bleepbulimia.com.